Hello guys, we are back for the Kid Dynamite pressing ready up Grand Prix, and now that caused a red flag. Brilliant! What an idiot he is. I'm joking. I love Kid, but don't ready up until I say so, please, because everyone needs to pick their setups because we are in a wet to dry scenario as we were before we even got underway. So it's actually pretty helpful that that's happened. I'm still here with the Lion King himself, Simba. You still alive? Still kicking? Still ready for this?
I was born ready.
That's what I like to hear. So, at least we're going to get some racing now.
I hope so.
Well, as long as
I came
no,
here to commentate on racing, not...
well, not to talk to me in a party.
Well,
In
we
between
can do
races.
that. We've done that many times before.
Yeah, that is also true. But
I foresee it in our future as well.
I think it'll be happening a lot more, don't you? But
If next season goes to plan, it definitely will.
yeah, not to reveal too much just yet, of course. But we're hoping it'll happen more. Um, but So we've got the same grid. I believe Mr. Dynamite may be last, but I cannot confirm or deny. I actually don't know, because obviously Mark is the one who set up the grid, but as a punishment for reading up, he has been dropped to last. But how many times in the past have we seen someone just put it's raining? Well, did you notice that, Mark?
No, I think I need to take this blindfold off.
I had no idea. No, yes, it is. It's wet to dry, mate. That's what we said. I'm not an absolute horrible guy, don't you worry. But just 99% of the time. I think now we can all go.
Are we going?
Yeah, I've just told them to let's go. I think we've given everyone long enough. If they haven't got their setup done in that time, I'm pretty concerned for them. So let's do this. Oh no, don't tell me the grid's wrong. Someone's just said pretty sure I can start fifth.
Maybe they're starting fourth and haven't realised that Kid's been penalised.
Yeah, potentially. Let's hope that's what's happened. Come on, guys, ready up.
Let's go! Here we go. Formation lap.
Yep. Alright, no, the grid is exactly right. Nobody panic, okay? Kid Dynamite is
Kid has
starting at the
been...
back.
Yeah, he got a penalty for readying up early.
Yeah, and that will be a foreseeable thing for the future. Kid is also more than okay with this, by the way. We
So
have...
be warned, people, if you ready up prematurely, you go to the back.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, you are wasting 20 minutes of everyone's time when you could just waste 5 minutes of your own time by having a number one or number two during that time, just to put yourself off. But I'm presuming everyone's gone for inters, but with Anton, you of course never know. So I just thought I'd double check his tyres more than anything. His car looks like a retro McLaren.
Yeah, it really does.
I just went to it and thought, wow. That's really nice.
Yes, a bit of a mix between a retro McLaren and the early Mercedes.
Yeah, but it's the red bits on the front that make it look a bit like Vodafone McLaren days, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely McLaren Mercedes era.
Yeah, very nice. Nick BT's is very okay. Chris Bailey's, let's have it is. It looks like an Alpine with.
Either that or it's related to Leeds United.
I wasn't going to point that out, but probably.
That's Nick.
Yeah. I like Jinx's.
I think he ran out of talent.
Yeah, talent issue. It strikes a lot of people.
It's alright, I know that feeling very well.
Yeah, so do I, trust me. Do you know what I don't like? The two T-siders have clearly been working together here. Stu and Mark, because their liveries are very similar in terms of colour scheme.
Yeah, I see a lot of similarity here.
Yeah, I wonder if those two are like talking. I never said
T's
conferring with
tied
them.
twosome.
Yeah. We haven't had those two on comms in a long time, to be fair. Well, I haven't heard them anyway. G-Star's now changed his livery as well to orange, so I'm guessing he got the memo this time I went for a Max Verstappen livery. Saviour's stuck with the same. Baby Hornet is still running his Charles Leclerc livery. Armor red.
That just means he's going to bottle it and crash out then.
No, he didn't put it on pole. He'll probably win from that position. Was it Max who started like P14 here and was like leading after like that 12 or something?
Yes, it was.
That was absolutely ludicrous.
That Red Bull is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's got weaknesses this season though, but we're gonna go racing any second now if we get lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we are racing. It's a good getaway from Anton. And I'll tell you what, Bailey's had an even better getaway. He may get ahead of Nick BT into turn 1 here. Nick BT's going to sweep round the outside though, and he's kept it. But actually, Chris is under a bit of pressure here from Jinxie. No, Nick's run off track. Single tracks round.
No, that's not a good start for him.
No, it's really not. But Bailey's into P2. But he's under a lot of pressure from Jinxie. But Jinxie
got very leery at the top of Radion though. And he's now under pressure from Nick.
Yeah, he certainly is. Pole is not the best place to start here, but Anton's managed to hold it out at least for now.
Nick's just sent it down the inside of Chris.
He certainly has, but I think Chris is going to hold on. Just Nick's run off track. He has to give the position back to Chris now. He went 4 wheels off. He does give it back, so fair racing in the end. G-Star, what a start from him. He's up to 5th. Look at Kid Dynamite.
Wow, P10 already. What is this guy on?
And the NRL as well, both of them.
I think some of it is benefiting from other people's misfortune, but wow.
I'll tell you what, the even bigger surprise is, look at Saviour.
Plum last.
Yeah, that is not nice to see for the
He's clearly had a spin somewhere because he's quite a chunk back.
I'm wondering if maybe him, Mark and Martin came together, you know, because they were all starting very similar places, weren't they?
Certainly were.
So I wonder if maybe there's a bit of contact between the 3. But Baby Hornet...
The early onslaught from Nick seems to have faded off now.
It does. He's dropped off. It's now... The thing is, we know that Chris Bailey and Anton... Oh,
hold it and Lorpia out!
Wow.
No doubt we'll hear something about that shortly.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that one's probably going to end in the stewards. Obviously, we didn't see it, so we have no idea what on earth went on. But, well, I didn't see it anyway. Mark might have done. 3 seconds for Nick. That is not good news for him. Mark and Xavier both definitely did have damage because they are both in the pit. So, not good news for either of the two former champs, let's put it that way. But they haven't caught the safety car, the leaders, so that means if they all decided they wanted to pit, but from what I understand, I think the rain's going to last around about 8 laps and then it's going to turn to dry. So, I'm sure we will see. I wonder if there's been any update from either driver about that incident.
Not a proper one as yet.
No, I've seen a message, but that's about it. There's no hand up yet, mind, but we'll see if that comes. But Kid Dynamite in P7 already. I wonder if Chris Bailey knows that.
He probably will.
And he probably won't be too happy about it either. He'll be hoping that Nick, Jinxie, G-Star all fight reasonably hard with Mr. L Dynamite. So,
I'm sure G-Star definitely will. He does not take anything lying down.
No, he is a very I've raced G-Star a few times in X though when I've raced, and I've always had good battles with him though. He's a very good driver, he's G-Star. But yes,
He makes mistakes every so often, but yeah, he's generally a good battle, but he's not an easy one.
No. He races hard, very hard. Occasionally, you know, we all race over the limit, but Nick's in the pits. Has he got damaged somewhere? G-Star's also in the pits. That is not news Chris Bailey will be wanting.
I'm just going to jump on board with G-Star and see what's going on here.
There's no front wing change. Nick's gone for mediums.
So has G-Star.
So has Saviour. Quimo as well. I wonder if they've had information filtered through to them that, well, obviously, they've only just caught the safety car, so the chances are we could get another lap minimum here under the safety car.
It depends how quick the field bunches. There's every chance it still could come in this lap.
Yeah.
Because it is a long lap and they're only just at the end of the Kemmel Straight.
Yeah, it's also still raining though, is the issue for all the guys that have put mediums on.
There must be something in it that it's about to... I'd have expected about lap 7 or 8 before it dries up.
Yeah.
This could be way too early to be chancing it.
It definitely doesn't look dry at the minute, that's for sure. Like, there's a lot of wet patches on this track. But we shall see. Obviously, you've got the two Elite Tier Mercedes drivers in 1 and 2 at the minute. You've got Jinxie to Davidson in P3, Stoob with an absolute nosebleed in P4. And then Kid Dynamite, who's gone from last to 5th in the space of 3 laps. He literally could Max Verstappen this race, couldn't he?
He really could. A lot of it is benefit from other people's strategies and mistakes and whatever, but you can't take it away from him. He drives well. Yeah,
you just wait until the end of this race. When he wins, I'm posting the DMs I received just before this. In the public
I'm
chat.
too slow, I'm not going to win.
Yeah, he said, I really don't think I'm going to. This is not fair, I've had no practice. You just wait until after this race if you win. I can assure you. But
I want a safety car, I'm going to see what's going on in the darts.
Oh, very, very nice. I don't think it's coming in this lap, sadly. I have to say, being in an enclosed room with a PS5 on makes you very, very hot.
Yeah, they do kick out a fair bit of heat, I must admit.
Yeah, like, I am sweating right now. But that might also be my cravings for a beer. Anton, the
Ant's
leader's
just gone in the pits.
Yeah, that... it stopped raining.
Is that brave or stupid?
I tell you what, those guys that are pitted for the mediums...
Single tracks pit as well, as a few others.
Yeah.
There's like 4 in this lap.
LRL's in as well, Ghost Rider. Oh no, Ghost Rider. Ant's gone for the hards.
On hards. Oh, it's Ant that's gone for the hards.
LRL's
gone for the softs.
Yeah. Single track mediums. So, Ghost Rider mediums as well. I think it's... I still think by the end of this lap, but then it's such a long lap here. That literally anything can happen, can't it? But
Really can't.
we literally could get to the end of the second sector and it'll be bone dry. What they need to bring into F1 games is like where some parts are dry and then other parts of the track are soaking wet. Because they're the hardest bits that catch the drivers most off guard, isn't it?
Really is, yeah.
Like, it's like, I don't mean to bring it up. Obviously, it's not so sore now he's won a race, but Sochi 11? Or 2020?
2021.
Yeah, that's what I meant, 2021. Mm-hmm. But, like, Lando was driving through the first sector. He said it was pretty much bone dry, but then he got to the middle and spun out because the track was soaking wet.
Oh, the pain of that. I really wanted him to win that race.
Yeah, so did I. I was gutted.
I mean, he won Sunday, and then Monday when I met Chris, I was wearing a McLaren cap.
Yeah, and this is
Just to
coming from
rub it
someone
in a
who
little
is,
bit. Look,
yeah,
I was expecting him to turn up in Mercedes gears. I wanted to rub it in that little bit that, look, this team can win, that team can't.
yeah, exactly. Well, can you imagine how they feel? They literally supply the engines for McLaren and still can't
Think,
win a race.
well, they've gone completely the wrong way with their vehicle, haven't they?
Well, they went the wrong way the first time. Now they've gone even more the wrong way the second time. They made it worse, which is I didn't think was possible.
Apparently, Newey's looked at the car and said they're so far behind it'd be almost impossible to turn it round quickly.
Yeah.
But safety car's in this lap.
Yeah. When
Chris is now our de facto leader.
It's definitely still too wet for dry tyres. There's still spray coming off everyone's car. So, can these guys build a gap to the guys on the dries to get any sort of potential jump when it comes to pit? But I don't think it's going to stay wet enough for very long. Actually, do you know what? It's looking barely wet now, actually, as I look into the final corner. This track... Oh, that was a bit naughty from Jinxie.
Well, he's just put himself massively on the back foot, hasn't he? Because it gave Chris a massive run.
Yeah.
And we've got more guys in the pits now.
That was probably not the smartest move by just... That track is bone dry.
It is, yeah.
It's up. That has literally changed in the space of 1 second. But, wow. But saying that, I say it's bone dry. The guys on the Inters are actually driving away at the minute. So, I think there's only 5 Inters runners on the entire... Yeah, look at Nick, he's now catching Major League Carl as well, so... The dries of the tyres to be on. The only good thing for Chris is that these kids didn't pit.
Yeah. Chris needs to bolt as much as humanly possible and just pit.
Yeah, spat. Well, he's got a 2.1 second over Jinxie. So...
And it's increasing all the time, and if Jinx is a bit slower, it holds the kid up as well.
He may
Nick's
well
just
be
got
lucky
past
here.
Carl.
He may well be lucky here and get ahead of Stoob in P13, Chris. That might be a gap he can feed out into. So, but then saying that, Stoob is taking about 3 to 4 tenths of a corner out of him. So, blimey, that's a sentence I never thought I'd say. Stoob is catching Chris Bailey. But
No,
Chris is in.
Isn't. Chris is in, Jinx has stayed out.
Does he
Kid's
realise he's
pitted,
got
though.
Inters on?
And Nick's just blown his fastest lap away by about 2 seconds.
Carla's also stayed out on the Inters. Yeah, well, I mean, look, Nick is going to get Jinxie very quickly here.
He's had to back off to not push him off the track in Radial.
Yeah, he has, but here comes Nick BT. Jinxie goes closer to the inside. Chris is going to go flying round his outside. And through goes Nick. He's in... Did I say Chris? I did, didn't I? Through goes Nick. He is into P1. And look at the gap he's pulled already.
So Chris has gone on the hards and come out in P10.
Yeah, I'm wondering if
9
Chris is thinking he could take them to the end, you know.
You probably could. Kid's gone for the same strategy.
Yeah, he certainly has. Chris will just be thinking, well, as long as I can beat Kid tonight, that's all that matters. Obviously, 25 points will be the ultimate aim. But Stu, 3 seconds, that's going to hurt him a lot. But the big gainers here, obviously, were Nick and G-Star and Saviour. Those are the guys that gain the most.
I'll tell you what, Chris is absolutely flying.
Yeah, I've seen the gate. Well, the thing is, surely... Well, look, the sun's literally out now. So I feel bad for Jinxie and Carl here, don't you? A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, if Carl's got any racing
Huh?
sense, he will pit at the end of this lap.
Jinxie stayed out again.
Carl
Carlo's
hasn't,
come
he's
in, thank
pitted.
God. But why on earth has Jinxie stayed out?
Jinx is going to end up caught by Chris probably on this lap.
He's probably going to be caught by Smith on this lap. To be honest. He's going to be that slow on that tyre. that it's going to hurt him an awful lot, but who knows? It's building to something, because the guys in the championship battle are all having to fight through the field a little bit here. Hello Mandy, how are you? Good to see you in the YouTube chat.
I can't believe the pace Chris Bailey has at the moment.
Yeah,
He's absolutely on it.
yeah, he really is. That is for sure. LRL though as well. Look at him on the back of Ant. He is on the soft tyre mind, but LRL was my tip to win from last.
And here we go, Chris Bailey has Jinx it in his sights.
He does, he's 1.5. I think he's taking nearly 6 seconds out this lap, hasn't
It's getting that way, yeah.
he? Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what, LRL's just tried an absolute worldie on Anton, but Anton's managed to hold on to the position. But is he going to get the opportunity back down the Kemmel Straight? That's the question. Those soft tyres are working beautifully at the minute for Stefan.
Chris
Bailey
sets the fastest lap on the hards.
Yeah, he is absolutely flying. Next up, Quimo. So, tell you what, Quimo is third race in MRC. Currently winning the Challenger tier. So, very impressive from him early on.
That's an impressive start if it's only his third race.
Well, yeah, I think he raced Comp and Sport in Monza. And now he's racing Belgium here, so impressive stuff. He's just picked up 3 seconds, mind you, but his nearest competitor is Stu, who's also got 3 seconds.
So that's kind of status quo at that point.
I also have to say, we're talking about Chris Bailey's pace. Kid Dynamite is barely making any inroads into Stu here. Chris has taken nearly 1.8 seconds out of Quimo this lap.
The pace he's got is absolutely insane.
He is absolutely pushing. He's ringing. LRL got past Anton, which I did miss. Lorpy's left the session, but he did retire about 15 laps ago. So I'm surprised he's lasted this long.
Maybe not 15 laps, we're only on lap 8.
Yeah, close enough. But LRL's now on the back of his fellow German, Xavier. I'll tell you what, I've just realised Chris will have to pass Xavier potentially if he wants to win this race.
Really depends if them 7-lap-old mediums can make it to the end. The kid's started to find his pace though.
Yeah, he's just gone, shut up Connor, and gone, I am fast. Here goes LRL, making the move on Xavier, the battle of the Germans, and through goes LRL. He is making unreal progress at the minute. Now, how long will it take him to get on the back of the Dutchman G-Star? So let's see. I think someone's just going straight on. No, we're all good, I think. But Anton's now starting to find it. The hard tyres seem to be the best tyre at the minute.
They really do. The pace on the hards is absolutely mental.
This is good knowledge to keep in mind for our tier races this week.
Certainly is, yeah.
that's why I hope any of the viewers that are watching, this is also good information for you guys. Like, we've got some of MRC's most elite here, and they put on the hard tyres, so make sure you listen. I think Ghost Rider's had a spin because it was maybe it was Smith actually. It might have been Smith.
Chris is now on the back of Quimo.
He is. Let's go and have a watch of that. The blowhole trying to make a move on Quimo. They're obviously not in the same tier, so the fight shouldn't be that much. But I'll tell you something, Quimo's not giving it up. They're going to go side by side for bloodshed. That was close. I thought Quimo was going to try and keep it up the inside then. I just had images of Chris absolutely raging. But we are just about to get to the halfway point.
Yep. Another, well, this lap and another one, and we hit halfway.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, look at G-Star. He's just taken the lead from Nick. He's taken 3 seconds out of him in the last 5 laps. So Nick is starting to struggle on those tyres. Very, very much. Ghost Rider's in the pits. I'm guessing it was him that had the spin, because he's now dropped to last and obviously had to pit. I wonder if he's got some sort of wing damage. He does. I can see the front man holding the front wing. Oh! And Nick spun! In no name.
Oh, that's not good for his race.
He's taken out the advertising boards. DHL will not be happy with that. You're getting sued. But he doesn't appear to have any damage.
Oh, they may want to start checking his rear view mirror.
Yeah.
There's a very, very fast approaching Chris Bailey.
There certainly is, and those tyres are going to be well overheated from Nick right now, so let's see how quickly Chris can get this done. Chris is going to go for it into Blanchimont again.
He's dispatched him already.
No, they're still there. Nick's still there. He's going to try and hang it around the outside. Chris is going on the inside. He's going to be on the outside into the bus stop, though. And Nick's outbroke him. But Nick's run a bit deep. This is going to open the exit up for Chris. And he's absolutely schooled him.
It's also going to give Chris the DRS.
If Chris is smart here, he will not overtake Nick yet, because he will want that DRS up the Camel.
Yeah.
And Nick's got off track
Nick's
anyway.
got off track.
Yeah. So, Scottish Ninja, hello.
There's a ninja?
There's a ninja in YouTube chat. But Nick's now coming back at Chris.
Nick has got ridiculous straight line speed.
And he got the DRS as well. When is the DRS detection point here?
I think it's just before Eau Rouge.
Yeah, also, look at the car behind a certain Mr. Bailey is now.
Mr. Dynamite.
Look at that, there's contact between Chris and Nick! But
Nick's
Chris
mowing
has
the
got
grass.
it done. Yeah. And through goes Bailey. Wow, these two. There wasn't an inch given there by either, was there? They were really fighting that one.
Definitely fighting it hard.
Also, the other thing, look at the pace of LRL right now. That gap was 4 seconds 2 laps ago. It is now down to 1.1. The LRL is on an absolute charge. But those softs are probably in the process of going off.
Nick's pitted.
I wonder if he's got damage potentially. Was they, or has he just got rid
go
of
and have a look.
those tyres?
It's interesting if them tyres are dying off already with the amount of people on mediums in this race.
It's a wing change.
He's having a wing, yeah.
Yeah, so I wonder if that, maybe that incident where he just had non-visible damage then that we couldn't see from where I said he originally spun. So, Maybe that's what I am.
Possibly,
But
because he seemed very, very slow in the corners. I know the tyres overheat, but
we
it
are up.
depends how badly he's spun.
Yeah, we're up to 20 viewers.
Don't be getting stage fright now, will you?
No, we've had 100. This is nothing for us.
Yeah,
Stu's got
don't
9
remind me.
seconds.
I still remember that 100. I didn't know what to say.
No, neither did I. That was like, I think, one of my first ever comms as well. It might have been like my 5th or 6th race ever. And I just went, I just froze. I was like, eh? This can't be real. I think it was the first ever times we commed together as well.
Oh, we had commed a few times at that
Oh,
point.
had we? Oh, okay.
I mean, it was one of the first times we'd done the elite tier.
Yeah, that may have been it. But, yeah, that used to get a ridiculous amount of views.
Is it me or is Kid Dynamite gaining on Chris Bailey?
He is. He's very close to the DRS. I'll tell you what, that battle with Nick has very much hurt Chris a lot here. There's a yellow flag. I think Stubbs had a moment. He has. Stubb has had a moment. He has dropped down to P13. He's got 9 seconds of penalties as well. Is there any part of the track he's actually decided to stay on in this race?
It's not looking like it.
No, certainly not. But I'll tell you what, Saviour is looking a bit... I think Saviour needs to go back to controller. This is the highest he's been all
He's
season.
quicker on controller, but it's more enjoyable on a wheel.
Stubbs out. I'm guessing that's pit lane. Yep, it is. Maybe he got rear wing damage down from his little collision or his spin. But Stubbs is out. Smith has got past Nick BT, interestingly. But look at that gap between Kid and Chris.
That's come down a lot as well.
Yeah, he's now within the DRS as well. This is one Chris is not going to give up on easy. He simply has to beat Kid today. Well, he doesn't have to, but he will definitely, for his own sort of mental state going into the final few races, he will want to beat Kid today to make a statement.
Well, there's only 2 races left after this.
Oh god, there is. What is it? Imola and Qatar?
Qatar's definitely last. So if Imola's next week, then yeah, it's Imola and Qatar.
Oh, it is Imola and Qatar. Oh no! Well, that's gonna
Although
be...
Chris has a very good record at Imola.
He does, but I'm more saying it, oh no, because I don't like either of the tracks, but... Yeah, that'd be fun.
Well, I'm not a fan of either of those tracks either.
I'm so bad at Imola, I couldn't even tell you a braking zone for one of the corners at Imola.
Oh, I can do the braking zones, that's not a problem. I just don't like driving it. It's too narrow.
So, Mark is in the pits, so is Armar Red. They were never going to get to the end on the mediums. So I've just realised we're probably going to actually have to get... Oh, here comes an interesting moment. Kid Dynamite with DRS on the blowhole.
I don't think he's got enough of a run.
He hasn't, not on this lap. But interestingly, what I was going to say before that was happening, single track, Saviour, LRL and G-Star all will probably have to pit again.
LRL definitely will.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I just can't see G-Star doing 19 laps on a set of mediums, if I'm being totally honest. And it'll be 20 laps for Saviour. So, I mean, Anton looks good at the minute to win this race. I think that's a fair statement. Like, he's on hard, but can probably go to the end.
I reckon they will.
So, we will see. The thing is, it's such an outline track, because you know on most tracks you can do like 20, but that's not a normal length track, whereas this one's just ridiculous. So...
Yeah, I mean, you only get 22 laps total on this one because it's such a long lap. LRL has taken the hint and pitted.
Yeah, I think he had to. I wonder if he's going to go soft again, you know.
If he can go 11 laps on them, then yeah, I think he will.
I think he might do as well. Let's have a look. Is he going to go for the soft tyre? He is. So he's going to be the man to watch in this next stage. But I tell you what, look at Anton, he's right at the back. I think stages mediums are going as well, because here comes the French, Scout, the German, Portuguese, American, Iranian man. He's taking P2. It's like taking candy from a baby. And Saviour looks
Kid's
like
about
he's
to try and put a move on Chris.
Let's go and watch
He's
that.
going to get him.
He is. Or is he? Chris may try and stick this. No, he's not. It's not worth it right now. But I think it's safe to say Nick has really hurt Chris with that battle, though.
I do wonder if Chris took too much out of his tyres.
But I think Chris will be more frustrated that now he knows that he will know that Nick had wing damage and was fighting that hard. But I tell you, the man that's actually come alive, Anton, he's pulled the gap on Saviour now by a second, and he's taken nearly 8/10 out in the last 2 sectors on G-Star. So Ant's the man on the absolute charge right now. I think you may see G-Star or Saviour in this lap. G-Star stays out. What's Saviour going to do? Is he going to come in? He is. Oh, he's had a big moment into the pits, though. He hasn't spent in the pits, though, which is very, very important. This is one of the hardest pit lane entries, though, isn't it?
It really is. It's so tight. You can take your wing off so easily on that left-hander on the way in.
Yeah, you have to get your breaking point absolutely spot on. But interestingly, Chris has managed to keep right up the chuff of Mr. Dynamite here. He is going to have the DRS. I think these two could potentially end up just swapping positions from now to the end of the race.
The problem they're going to have is LRL, Saviour and single track.
Here comes Chris! He goes through.
Chris has got great straight line speed, because coming through Blanchimont on the run to the bus stop, he pulled a couple of tenths there.
Yeah, he did. So, Mark has got 3 seconds. That is very unlucky for him. It's not gone well for the T-side twosome. Actually, Mark will be pretty happy with where he is. Mark told me he was going to crash out after 2 laps, so that aged well, didn't it?
Very well, considering he's still in on lap 16.
Like Kid Dynamite telling me he's slow, that also aged well. You know.
I think Chris is really going to be hoping LRL can cause some massive trouble for Kid now.
Yeah, he is LRL is absolutely flying. I'm wondering if G-Star's going to try and go to the end here, you know.
That's a brave decision if he does.
Because it just seems a bit too late for him to come in. And to be honest, you know, I said Ant was really rapidly closing. It was 1.2 when I said it about a lap and a half ago. It's not really changed. He's slightly within the DRS now, but not majorly, is he? So, let's see. But let's have a look at Kid versus Chris. But look at LRL!
I wonder if LRL's going to mug the pair of them on the Camel.
He very well could. This could end up a 3-wide moment between these 3 down the Camel straight. Chris is definitely vulnerable this time. But let's have a look. Chris has got to go defensive surely to the inside. No, he's not. But look at LRL there. He's going to have a look. He goes up the inside of Kid and Chris. Oh, but Kid just about holds on.
Only just.
Whew, these guys are feeling racy.
I don't think Kid's going to hold on to that position from LRL for much longer, though.
No. It certainly isn't. I think, but then, here goes LRL now. Is he going to have a look into Puon? He is, he's through. What a move. That is not an overtaking spot.
It's not a regular one, that's for sure.
That was incredible from LRL, but very, very obedient as well from Kid Dynamite, because he could have quite easily just turned in there, couldn't he?
He could have done, but he's more sensible than that. He knows that if he turns in, it potentially ruins his race.
But I tell you what, Chris Bailey is going to be well, I tell you what, Chris Bailey is going to be absolutely grinning at LRL right now because he's already pulled the DRS on Kid. But is Chris going to have a look into the bus stop?
No, he's backing off.
I tell you what, Kid Dynamite
He wants
perfectly
the
positioned.
he wants the DRS. That's why he backed off.
Yeah, that is fair. But I tell
He
you
had
what,
a run and I heard him lift because I went on board with him for it, and you could hear him lift.
Look at the man behind Chris Bailey.
Yeah, his arch nemesis.
His all-time biggest MRC rival, you would say.
Mr. 0.011.
Yeah, that's still my favourite comms to this day.
Here comes Saviour.
Oh no, this is not good news for Chris.
Double mugging.
Wow! Oh, that was so close into. I forgot what that corner's called, to be honest. But
Lecom.
yeah, into the com. That was so close between Kid and Saviour. The Kid I don't think Kid knew he was there until the very last second.
LRL is absolutely flying, but I don't think he's flying enough to close down the leaders. Ant's taken the lead off G-Star. Yeah, I think G-Star's tyres have gone now.
Yeah, we've missed that in the heat of all the battling that's happened. I'll tell you what though, 4 laps, well, it means LRL needs to take around about 1.6 out of G-Star and Anton per lap.
4 laps, he needs about 2.5.
Sorry, yeah, 2.5, my bad. And he's actually lost about a second in about 3 corners there, so that's not helpful. But, he also needs to watch out for Saviour right behind him. So let's have a quick look at penalties while we are here. Because we obviously have 3 seconds for Saviour. 3 seconds for Mark, 6 for Quimo, 6 for Jamer, 3 for Sambao, and 3 for Nick BT. So those guys at the minute are not having the best of times. We've got 3 laps to go though.
Chris has dropped out of DRS of Kid.
Yeah.
And I think Kid's just managed to snatch it from Saviour.
So let me work this out for a minute. So Anton will take the full 25 right now. G-Star will take 18. LRL will take 15.
Saviour 12, Kid 10, Chris 8.
Well, no, Saviour will currently drop behind both as things stand because of the 3 seconds.
So that'll be Kid 12, Chris 10 then.
So it's not the end of the world for Chris. It will only be a 2-point gain really from Kid.
Well, that's a 20-point gap with 2 races to go. That's tough.
No, without a doubt. But we've seen in MRC absolutely anything can happen, especially in X. I'm pretty sure we saw this gap the other season, and then didn't Chris level it up? Wasn't that where Saviour had like a 20-point gap with 2 races to go, and then Chris leveled it up going into Brazil, and then the title
like
finished
that,
by
yeah.
0.011. Oh my god!
It was pretty much whoever won the race won the title.
Yeah, and we knew it was going to be one of them too.
That was a mental finish to a race. Because I think it showed me Chris had won it, and it showed you Saviour had won it. We didn't know until the final result came up who'd actually won.
I just remember when they crossed the line, we just both screamed because we had no idea. I don't think the game knew, because for about 10 seconds it just had them both with no time. So I thought if they finished like dead alongside each other here, I was like, do we do like a 5-lap shootout at a random track? And then it said Saviour won. I was like, wow. But I tell you what, look at Saviour now. He's looking a bit more back to himself today. He's up. He's now going to try and get back his German friend for what his German friend did to him earlier. And it's not even going to be a contest. Do you know what the sad thing is for these guys? The soft's already gone. But I have an outsider here for driver of the day already. And you might think, oh, LRL, our Kid, they both started at the back. G-Star, 17 laps on a set of mediums and is keeping pace with that.
Yeah, that's probably a fair call.
That is an unbelievable stint from G-Star. Like, honestly unbelievable. But the field, other than LRL and Saviour, is very, very spread now. Really, there's not much fighting happening, is there?
No, it has calmed itself down a little bit now.
I'll tell you what, the bad news for Mr. Baby Hornet is Armour Red. Let's actually have a look at the gap between Armour Red and Baby Hornet, shall we? Because I'm actually not sure what it is. Standings, let's have a look. So, oh, it was actually Smith that was second in the championship. But I can confirm, Armour Red will be the new championship leader today. He's won 3 of the last 4 races in X. Smith will also, Baby Hornet will drop to 3rd today in the championship. Maybe even 4. Oh, Sambao's out. I wonder what happened to him. But yeah, all the field is very, very spread now. I think Anton's just going to try and bring that car home. See out his victory. G-Star's tyres now look gone. He's twitching out of nearly every exit.
Yeah, he's starting to drop time now.
Yeah, he certainly is.
He's only got just over a lap to hang on for.
Yeah. But what a drive it is. Absolutely phenomenal. And when you look at the fact that Saviour and LRL didn't even get within 7 seconds of him on the soft tyre either. That's absolutely unbelievable from G-Star, that stint. It really is. I'm shocked by it too, because we both said he's pretty much screwed if he didn't pit, didn't we?
Yeah.
Colin Bay, that's a name I haven't heard for a while. Who is that?
Teabag.
Oh, he's in the YouTube chat. Hello, how are you? Wow. We're getting all the old guns coming back today, aren't we? Scottish Ninja, Teabag. Oh, Nick's out.
Captain Coffee's popped up a couple of times.
Oh, is he?
He was on another stream, I think, that Hodgie was doing.
Why don't you come and rejoin us in the Discord? How about that?
I think he said he was on a wheel now.
Yeah, come and join us, come on. Come back, say hi, come race with us. We've got F1 24 just around the corner. We've got a season starting in probably around about 6 weeks' time. Secure a seat now.
I don't think it'll be that long, will it?
Well, it's what, 3 weeks to the game. It's probably about... Actually, no, it's not even 3 weeks.
It might be about 6.
I'd say a month's time is probably a fair shout, actually. Around about that. So, but you get in now.
Depends how many weeks off we have after the final race.
Yeah, but also you get in now. Get yourself a seat, prove yourself reliable. There's every chance you'll get a seat instantly for when F1 24, the first season of it. I'll tell you what, DM me after this race and I'll talk to you, Colin. I'm not going to answer that on stream. But, let's say very good, as always. But, yeah, like, drop me a DM and we'll talk there. Actually now catching Jinxie. Jinxie's done well to recover this when you look at the fact that he didn't pit for God knows how long on the Inters. So P9 on his debut is not bad going. Across the line, Anton takes the win. G-Star with the stint of a lifetime will be P2. Saviour will take P3 after his spin on that one. That's also a very impressive drive. Mark will be P8. Jinxie on his debut will be in P9. Armour Red will take the win for the Challenger tier. Bit good recovery from him after the Inters mishap as well. He's going to be P11. Quimo will take P2 for the Challenger tier. Very impressive for him on just his third race in MRC. J-Mo will take the last podium spot. He will also go ahead of Baby Hornet, I believe, today in the championship as well. Ghost Rider will be P14 and Smith will be the last of the finishers. But we had a good let's say, first 3 quarters of that race, didn't we?
We certainly did.
Like, good battling up and down the field. We had Bailey going 3 wide
Was that
twice down
action
the Kemmel.
aplenty, was that one?
Yeah, it certainly was. It's just a shame the last few laps almost died out. But I'm not watching the podium celebrations. But your final finishing positions, well, provisional, I should say, pending stewards inquiries. Anton takes the win, G-Star second, Xavier in third, LRL fourth, Kid Dynamite fifth, Chris Bailey in sixth, Single Track in seventh, Mark Hodgson in P8, Jinxie P9, Armar Red takes the win for Challenger Tier, Bit in P11, Quimo P12, J-Mer P13, Ghost Rider P14, Smith in P15. They are the last of the point scorers because Nick BT, Sambal, Stu, Baby Hornet, and Lorpy all did not finish. Simba, grace us with your driver of the day.
Quite a tough one, to be fair.
It is. You're not wrong there. I agree.
I mean, obviously LRL deserves a shout.
Yeah.
G-Star for that strategy.
Yeah.
I think Quimo's worth a mention as well. He hung on very well
Yeah.
in the tough part of the field.
And he's managed to finish second as well in the Challenger Tier. So
I'm going to go Quimo for Challenger Tier. I'll let you pick the elites.
I'm going to go with G-Star. I just, as much as you could say LRL started 19th, Kid 20th, finished 4th and 5th, G-Star did 19 laps on a set of mediums. Like, that's just absolutely absurd on that side of tyre. But still, like you said, honourable mentions to Kid and LRL for brilliant drives. Anton also did a good job as well, picking his strategy at just about the right time. But that'll be it for Mrc-X round 11. We are here. We've got 2 races to go and still 2 very intense title battles that are going to go down to the wire. We are back for Imola next week. I've forgotten the format, but you will see it in the Discord one day this week. I can assure you of that. We're going to see a Lion King back on track this week.
Yeah, should be on Monday.
Well, see, so make sure you tune in to the experts here to see the Lion King back, because it's been a while since he's been on track and everyone has missed him. I'll be on track on Wednesday, but yeah, then after expert you've got Tier 1, which is 8:45 start, and then obviously Wednesday you've got Comp Tier and Sports Tier at 7 and 8:45 respectively. But thank you tonight for joining me, Simba.
A pleasure as always.
Yeah, and I'm sure
I think we're back again for Qatar, aren't we?
we are for the very final race of the Mrc-X season. We are together for. Me and you have a thing we're doing X finales, don't we? To be honest.
Let's hope we've got championships to commentate on.
I think we will do. I think we'll definitely have the Challenger one, which is usually actually the one we don't often have going into the final race. But this time we do. But yeah, that'll be it for tonight. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ding that bell, because, like I said, 5 races a week. You don't get this output anywhere else, do you? So, yeah, make sure you tune in, and good night.
Good night.